everyone. This is Melanie from Melanie B's Creative Studio, and today we're going to talk about something, and I'm going to try to keep this brief, but this question is asked so much, and I felt like it was time to address it, and I just wanted to make sure everybody that does a paint by number kind of understands this information, and so that way you aren't disappointed in your paint by number when you get it. So the first question I'm asked, why doesn't my custom piece look the same as my photograph? So here's going to be my most simplified answer to this question. There can be 16 million different colors on your photograph. You are getting a paint by number with 24 colors, maybe 36, maybe 48, sometimes even 72, which is rare. But you can't possibly expect a paint by number with only 48 colors or 24 colors to ever look like your photograph that has 16 million colors. So it is impossible for a paint by number company to give you the colors and enough of the colors that will make it look realistic to the viewer. The way a paint by number company will generate a painting based on your photograph is they will take the colors that are the most prominent. So the ones that they see the most, or the ones that, you know, the tints and the tones and the shades of the same color to make sure you've got some variation there. But it is extremely difficult to take a photograph that has 16 million colors and make it into a painting with only 24 and make it look realistic. So that is when you want to maybe learn about blending and try some of those techniques. For those of you who want a painting that's a little more like your photograph, then you would want to pick photographs that don't have a whole lot of stuff going on, like a lot of colors and a lot of detail in the background, and kind of what I call wasted colors. Anything in the background that you don't need is kind of like, well, those are colors are going to get put into the palette that you may not really want to use. So I hope that makes sense. I hope it does. The other thing, blending techniques can help, because when you blend, and I'm going to be doing lots of videos, I've been working on a lot of videos about blending, so hopefully very soon you'll start being able to use all of those techniques in your paintings, whether it's a landscape, whether it is a skin, whether it is petals on a flower or whatever. You'll be able to use those techniques, and you can give your custom paintings a little bit more realism. And the reason it works to do that is because you are making additional colors and making kind of additions to your palette that might be a limited palette. You're adding more tones and tints and shades and values of some of those colors, and that is what's giving your painting more realism. So let's next talk about why the image on your screen when you purchase a painting doesn't look like what you receive. Okay, so this is question number 2. These aren't necessarily in the order of how many times a day I'm asked these things, but these are definitely questions that arise all the time. So you're not alone when you have these questions. When you get a painting and you look at it and you say, wait a minute, these colors don't match what was on my screen. Let me explain it this way, and I've explained it in so many videos, but I can't really pinpoint which videos to send you to, so I thought, let's just put it all in one video and you can find all that information in one place. But let's say this painting below, this is a Anna Petanova, and I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, it might be Anna, and this is from Anna Banana, okay? And here is our palette. So on their website, when I go and look at their paintings, my screens, all of my displays on my phone, my computer, my tablet, every device I own is set to a warm setting. The reason I do that is because blue screens, cool screens, like what you normally have on your phone and your tablet and your computer, those trigger stroke migraines for me, hemiplegic migraines. So I've had to go and change the display on every single one of my devices. Now, you're probably going, why do we care about that? Well, that is telling you every human being on this planet that has a computer screen, a phone, a tablet, every one of them is seeing something different when they look at that same picture on that website. So to me, that picture that I see on Anna Banana, it might have more of a bluish green in this sky because my phone has more warm tone to it. So if I'm adding warm tone to this blue, then it's going to make it more like aqua, tropical. You know what I'm saying? So on your screen, it would be probably even more blue because you have a cool setting on your device. So here is how I can try to make that make a little bit more sense. The computer that you're looking at, pick it up, look at a computer screen or your laptop or your tablet, right? And then I want you to grab your cell phone and I want you to look at that same photo on both devices and see if the brightness is stronger on one than the other, if the tint or the hue is different on the one or the other. Every single person's is different. So another thing is, if a printer who prints this and pulls the paints from that picture, if it is not calibrated to the machine that's going to pump out these paints, or however they do it, or make this palette, then it's not going to be the same as the photo you see on the screen. Now, I'm not telling you that if you see a picture with a beach, cool background and you get it and it's a sunset, it's orange and yellow. I mean, now that's different. That's totally different. And you can probably run into that problem if you order from some of the companies that are, not as reputable. But for the companies that are extremely reputable, and I've given you lots of companies that are, the colors are never going to be the same as what is on your screen, because your screen is different than their screen, and their screen is not going to be the same as what is printed on their computer or on their printer. So even the photo reference that comes in, you guys realize that photo reference isn't for you to go by when you paint. It is supposed to be telling you this is the photo of what kit this is. So it's telling me when I have a photo, it's telling me these paints belong to this painting. So that is a reference. It is not to paint by. Your photo that comes with your painting is not going to be the same necessarily as the paints you're using. And it may not look at all the same as what you've seen on your screen for all the reasons that I've listed. I want you guys to understand that because I can feel this level of frustration. And what I want everybody to do is like what I need to do right now. We all need to take a deep breath. Hold it for a few seconds and let it go. And let me tell you why I say to do that. This is a hobby. This is not going to be something that will land you in the Smithsonian. This is not something that's going to land you in the Louvre, okay? This is something you are doing for your mental health. This is for you to relax. This is for you to enjoy. This is a hobby that you can display on your wall at your own home. You can give it to your family. But the whole idea and the whole reason I do paint by numbers, it relaxes me completely. If I'm over here stressing out about this blue does not exactly match that photo I saw online and it's making me mad, and it's, goodness gracious, y'all, we are forgetting the reason that we do this to begin with. So I am not trying to be patronizing to anyone. I just want you guys to remember why you wanted to paint a paint by number to begin with. I want you to remember how relaxed you feel when you're doing it. The end result may not look like the photo online. It may not look like a photo from somebody else's kit because you bought from one company and they bought from another company and their printers did something completely different. You guys, this is not a contest. This is a hobby. It is enjoyable if you will allow it to be. So keep in mind, please, you guys, because it is not the fault of a company who produces these, that you can't get 16 million colors in your paint palette. I don't know, y'all, but if I had 16 million colors, I'm probably not gonna find the one I'm looking for. I don't think my meal prep trays would hold all those. But even still, I know I'm joking about it, but even still, if you had 100 colors, that's still not gonna be enough. So you take what you're given and you make the most of it by either doing it exactly how the painting was designed to do, or adding your own creativity to it, your own flair, mix a couple of the colors, add your own tints and tones, shades and hues. And you guys, do not, please, do not complain to these companies. They are working so hard and they can't give you a Picasso, okay? They can give you what their product is, which is a paint by number with a limited amount of paints, okay? If you guys want 72 paints in your paint by number, pay that extra amount for the companies who offer that. I don't even know who I've seen, if I've seen anybody that offers 72, but I know 48 is offered. So you guys who really want to get more realistic paintings, you have to go with the highest number of paints available. So if a company offers paintings for 24 paints or 36 paints or 48 paints, whatnot, you always want to order the one with the most. The other thing, and finally, the thing I want to point out, these paintings are not designed to be anything but abstract. And you know, abstract is a term we loosely use, but abstract is not necessarily really what these paintings are. Abstract means that you don't know what it is. It is just a conglomeration of shapes and things, and it's supposed to mean something, but it doesn't necessarily look right, you know, just like that. This is more of like what I would consider to be an impressionist type of painting. The other thing you want to do is when you're done with your painting, before you work it to death, before you blend it to death, before you give it so much thought and stress out over it, put it on the wall, stand a minimum of 3 feet back and see how it looks. These paintings are supposed to be viewed at a little bit of a distance. These are not close-up paintings like a Monet. A Monet, you have to stand back to see the overall image because they use pointillism. We are not using pointillism, but we are using kind of a similar technique in that all these shapes work together and make an image. So when you step back and you look at that image, you know exactly what it is. All right? Another thing, this is just a personal thing, this is not a question that I'm answering or anything like that. If you have somebody who is in your life that will actually say to you, wow, that does not look good and you wasted your time. I mean, seriously, y'all, they are what I like to call toxic. You do not need that negativity in your life. Most of the people who see your painting are gonna be like, wow, you painted that? You know, that is amazing. And I don't care if they're lying to your face. The point is, if you love it, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And the fact that you love the process and you've enjoyed the process, that is what matters, okay? Thank you guys for letting me lecture you today. I just kept seeing so much frustration and so many people who were, I don't know, really sad or upset about what they were getting and who just really didn't understand how it works. And so my graphic designer and web designer brain has been wanting to talk about this for a while. And so I just finally decided, okay, today is it. I'm gonna do this for you. I want you to understand. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it really did answer your questions about, you know, why things look different when you get it. And I hope you guys will just chill, all right? How about we all just go get a glass of wine and just sit around our screens and watch a Paint With Me video by Melanie Gilstrap. I mean, you know, that's what I would do. Just kidding, that would be completely narcissistic. But anyway, I appreciate you guys being here, and I really appreciate you guys sticking with this hobby as long as possible, not giving up on it. You will love it if you ever just relax and let all those aggravations go. All right, I'll see you guys back soon. Thanks as always for watching.